Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Brian. And it's time to go dance in the streets because Velma has been canceled. Now, Velma got 2 seasons, and from my understanding, season 2 happened because it was already about halfway through production when the first season released, and they went ahead and completed it and put it out. Now, there are a lot of intellectual properties that have been taken and made new shows and things like that, like Rings of Power. I think every one of them should be brought up on criminal charges for desecrating Tolkien for such terrible, terrible, terrible stuff that they did to that show. But with Velma, I think everyone involved should be handed over to The Hague for international crimes against humanity. I jest, of course, but it is a show that is only keeping the characters' names. Period. That's it. Not their personalities, not their dynamics, nothing. Name only. I watched the first season because everyone said it was so horrible and all that, and I was like, okay. A lot of people that I follow and respect kept saying it. I'm like, it can't be that bad. It really can't. And I watched it, and it was that bad. It was terrible. And the fact that it got greenlit at all is a complete mystery to me. I mean, I think I've watched every Scooby-Doo series and movie to date. And even have some problems with Scoob, but it was okay. But this was just horrendous. This was terrible. This insulted anybody who ever loved Scooby Doo. And this is what they thought. This is the pinnacle, the ultimate top of what the crazies out there, they're like, this is what we want to say, this is what we want, this is what modern audiences want. No. Not even the modern audience wanted this. That small fraction of the world, I should say the small fraction of the Western world that they think wants this stuff, even they were like, this is terrible. And there is no way that this should have ever been made. No one should have greenlit this. Everyone at Warner Brothers should be fired for this. Anyone involved in this should be fired because this was disrespect to their property and just it was terrible. I I'm not even going to go through it. I thought about, I'll bring up some scenes. I don't even want to pull it up on my Max streaming app and show you guys what it is and what it looks like. Just trust me, if you are a fan of Scooby Doo, ever was a fan, if you just enjoy Scooby Doo, never watch the show. It's terrible. And the fact that it's canceled now makes me think finally cooler heads have prevailed. Because honestly, this was just so disgusting that I really don't think. I don't understand what some of these creative people are thinking. Let's make a show that is so offensive and offends all the original fans for the sake of some weird, twisted self insertion into a project. It is bizarre. I mean, it should be the goal to make a product that you're passionate about but is profitable. This is not profitable. The numbers for season 1, if I had to guess, the majority of them were hate watching it. A lot of creators were watching it and critiquing it and bashing it. And after that, they said, we're not even going to do season 2. And the numbers were abysmal from what's rumored. The second season numbers have yet to be released, but they are abysmal by rumor. And it just makes me think that people watch this were just the craziest people in the world, and they just had to see what was going to be in season 2. When after the first episode, I'm like, I can't believe I'm going to watch this still. And with me and my OCD tendencies, like I want to. Part of me is like, my brain is forcing me to be like, you got to watch season 2. But so far, I've done well and not done it. But this is terrible. This show is terrible, and the fact that it's canceled lifts my heart and makes me think, yay! Finally, we get rid of something that's terrible to make way for something potentially good. That's my takeaway from this. Not that we are going to get something good, but it gives us the slot for potential of something good. Just get everyone involved out of this. And I don't hate on like the artists and stuff that did this, because the animation was good. The stories were terrible. The characters were terrible. Everything about it was, the only redeeming was the animation was fairly good, except for all the only key coloring of clothing helped you identify who was who, because you couldn't tell by their race, because half of them were race swapped. Okay, fine. We'll ignore that. It's strictly 100% a terrible written show. Hands down, no other comment needed. It was a terribly written show and should have never been produced. Ever. And the fact that it's canceled makes me happy and makes me want to watch Zombie Island again, because that's just the penultimate of Scooby-Doo perfection. And probably follow that up with watching Mystery Incorporated, because that's probably my favorite series aside from the original. That is just fantastic. There's so much good Scooby-Doo out there. And now we can all collectively agree this was terrible, and completely cut it off from the Scooby-Doo zeitgeist. Just remove it from all knowledge and all continuation and connection to the Scooby-Doo property, because that's what's best for Scooby-Doo. So, until next time, my friends, keep your heads up, and as always, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.